All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another Friday edition of the Friday Faceoff. It fits together nicely like that. It's Eric Chase, Shep from Shep in the Morning. Good to have you here on WDFN.com. Playoffs, well, they'll begin this afternoon.
You got the road cap, I got the home cap.
We're ready to go. Made for TV games today. Tigers Saturday night at 6:07. We'll figure out when that Sunday game is. You feeling good? You feel bad? They face Oakland.
I feel pretty good. I mean, I really do. I know Oakland has gotten here based on pitching, but a lot of it is rookie pitching. 53 wins by their rookie starters this year. That's a major league record. I give Bob Melvin a great deal of credit to deal with 14 rookies and have them make that type of run that they did to catch Texas. It does beg this cliche, though. Everybody talks about how teams need to be playing well when they hit the postseason. They'll use the Giants of last year, the LA Kings of last year, the Cardinals of last year, peaking at the right time. And then they'll also use Detroit Tigers example of 2006 when they were peaking and then they hit a little bit of a lull because they had too much time off. It does beg the question, does Oakland still carry on this winning way of winning 6 straight and 8 of 9, or is the time off, the few days off in between the end of the regular season and game 1, so disparaging to them that they might stumble a little bit?
I don't know. It's tough. Everybody in the playoffs, it seems, is hot. The team that isn't right now is the Texas Rangers. They might not even make it through the weekend. Oakland faced Texas and won the division and earned their way out of the made-for-TV game. Tigers have played well. The Yankees have had a pretty good September.
Very good, yeah.
And the Orioles have been seemingly defying numbers and been magical since opening day. So
especially in one-run games. I mean, Baltimore set a major league record this year for winning number of one-run games. It's amazing what they've done.
Yeah, their stats aren't real pretty. We talk about the Tigers all season being a poor fielding team on basic numbers. The Orioles are just as bad. They're not a very good hitting team average.
Right.
They have, one pitcher, Wei Yin Chen, with double-digit victories.
Right. It's crazy how they've been able to do it.
I remember.
But they've got Jim Johnson, who's got 50 saves or whatever it is.
Yeah, my theme for this postseason, I know last year we had a couple of teams mash their way to the World Series, Texas and the Cardinals. I think this year's postseason theme, and I might be wrong, but just evaluating the rosters and some simple stats, I think this year's postseason overall will be a race to the 6th inning because you have some great bullpens that you're going to face. The Tigers can be great, but they can be scary as well. So I think whatever team, I don't think there's going to be a lot of comebacks in this postseason because those bullpens, it's Jim Johnson, it's Ryan Cook from the A's and Grant Balfour, and the Orioles have guys in front of that, and the Tigers have that as well. If the Tigers line up a 4-2 lead, coming out of the 7th inning, you're going to see a combination of Dotel and Villarreal and Coke.
Well, if Villarreal and Coke are on that playoff roster, at least against Oakland, I think as much as it is that, and I think you're right about that, I think it's a manager's type of playoffs too, because you're going to have to do that. Detroit has the advantage over every team, not only in the American League, but I think in all of baseball, with their 4 starters. And Jim Leland has released the rotation. It'll be Verlander in game 1, it'll be Pfister in game 2, it'll be Sanchez in game 3, and then Scherzer in game 4. But because he has that strength at the start, maybe that gives him that advantage. His bullpen might be rested more than anybody else's. The deeper they go, the better off they may be.
My predictions are guesses at that. I think this thing is wide open amongst these eight teams moving into the weekend, even depending who gets out of those made-for-TV games.
And in the National League, too, wide open.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, all over the place.
Right.
You want to do a playoff power rankings, good luck.
Exactly.
You go to 10 different guys, you're going to get 10 different teams at the top. The one thing that I'm fascinated by with Oakland is they led all of Major League Baseball in matchup at-bats. Over 3,800 at-bats with righties facing lefties and lefties facing righties. Everybody that questioned Jim Leland's in-game strategy during the season, if you're looking for a true test of his in-game managerial skills, and ultimately it comes down to execution of his players, but creating those matchups. Bob Melvin could manage circles around not just Leland, but everybody in the postseason. The new market inefficiency for Oakland is lefty-righty matchups, both pitching and hitting. It's the new money ball. We'll see where it gets them.
Sometimes they go against the grain, too, and it's worked for them. Buck Showalter is doing that with a play-in game against Texas today. Joe Saunders has never won at the ballpark in Arlington, and in 11 career starts is 2 or 3-7 against the Rangers. So sometimes they just throw caution to the wind, and they go at it with what their gut tells them.
We can sit here and talk about numbers, and numbers say this and this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to throw the numbers out because something fluky happens. Happy Major League Baseball postseason. It's Eric and Shep Friday Faceoff. We'll do it again next week on WDFN.com and our sister station, the DRocks.com.